Doing that. I'm Pat O'Brien.
We sure do. And I'm Nancy O'Dell. And first up, the guy who sings about being raised in a small town, John Mellencamp. We are heading to Bloomington, Indiana to get a rare look inside his music studio and the private place he lets his true artistic side run wild. He may R-O-C-K in the USA, but John Mellencamp is just a good old country boy at heart. While many artists move to the big city when they make it, John has remained in Bloomington, Indiana, just miles from where he grew up.
I didn't really fit anywhere else. You know, I didn't really belong anywhere else. It would have been folly for me to go to New York in 1976 and pretend to be part of the new wave or the punk thing.
He has even built a studio here, one that looks like a house and feels like a country retreat.
The goal of being out here is to be, you know, in the middle of nowhere.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane.
The other goal was to keep him away from all the rock star distractions of big city studios.
I was very cavalier as a young guy, and we'd have studio time booked, and if I was doing something else I was enjoying more, I just wouldn't show up.
But John had no problem showing up here last year, where he spent 5 months recording his new self-titled CD. And he gave us a rare tour of his private music factory.
This is like, you know, the engineering room, and this is, you know, where all the deep thinking goes on.
This is one of the rooms John and his band recorded in.
Because of the height of the ceiling and the walls and all that stuff, we can get a pretty ambient sound in here.
And next to the studio, there's a garage where John rehearses before touring.
We always rehearse and have rehearsed in this garage since forever. And we just recently fixed the place up. It's even unlocked. So we're still a garage band by definition, right?
The studio is just a short car ride from the house John shares with his wife, Elaine Irwin, and their 2 sons. And when he's not recording, he works from a small second house just footsteps from his home.
This is where, like, I write songs, I paint, I conduct business. It's a house away from my house. And this area here is where I paint and have painted for the last 10 years.
Painting is a hobby of John's, and right now he's working on this portrait of one of his sons.
For me, it's about balance, you know. What's in this canvas, you know, where the head's placed, you know, is this right? See, I'm still working on this. I've got like even a little dog sketched in here.
At 47, John says he feels more settled now than ever before. Gone are the crazy bachelor days of his 20s and 30s.
I was a terrible womanizer for a long time, and that was my addiction, if there was one. At a certain point, you know, you realize that you have to start thinking about other people.
No doubt he's moved on, and now after 18 years, he's moving out, leaving this house for another place just down the road. He needs a change, he says, as long as it's still in Bloomington, Indiana.
No, there's no reason for me to go anywhere. This is where I live, and this is where I'll always live. I said in the song, I'll probably die here.
Thank you, John, for the tour. And John's new CD features a song that is a sequel to his 1982 hit, Jack and Diane. John says he wrote this little ditty called Eden is Burning because so many fans came up and asked him whatever happened to Jack and Diane.